Have you ever picked up your phone, thumb hover over a contact, not because you had something to say, but because something in you just needed a reaction? Maybe you sent a message you knew would land sideways. Maybe you revisited a conversation that had already settled. Maybe you didn't even fully understand why you did it until the response came back and something in your chest finally exhaled. That exhale? That's not connection. That's cortisol completing the cycle. And today, we're going to learn how to check in before we get there. Welcome to your Raw Regulation on the Regulated Life. I'm Erica, transformational coach, nervous system nerd, and someone who has absolutely sent that message. This week, we're inside the trauma loop, the pattern where chaos feels like chemistry and peace feels like a problem. If you haven't listened to Monday's deep dive yet, go back and do that first. It'll make everything this week land deeper. Today's tool is called the check-in. It's 3 questions. It takes under 2 minutes, and it might be the most honest conversation you have with yourself all week. Here's what's happening in your nervous system when the urge to stir something up arrives. Your autonomic nervous system, the part of you that operates below conscious thought, has been running a background program, likely for years, that equates activation with aliveness. Dr. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory helps us understand this. When your nervous system grew up in an environment where connection was unpredictable, it learned to read high arousal states as a signal that something important was happening, that love was present, that you mattered. So when things go quiet, when there's no tension, no pursuit, no emotional weather to manage, your nervous system doesn't register it as peace. It registers it as absence. And absence, to a nervous system wired for unpredictability, can feel like a threat. So it does what it was trained to do. It reaches for activation. And sometimes, often without any conscious intention, we manufacture that activation. We poke at something that was resting. We reopen a wound that had closed. We send the message. We start the thing. Not because we want to cause harm, because our nervous system is hungry and it doesn't yet know how to feed itself anything other than the familiar fuel. The check-in doesn't stop that hunger. It gives you a moment, just a moment, to see it before you act from it. I want to tell you something I haven't always been comfortable admitting. There have been many times in my life when I have started conflict. Real unnecessary conflict. Not because something was genuinely wrong, but because things were going too right, too smooth, too quiet. And something in me couldn't tolerate that. It felt like waiting for something to break. And at some point, the waiting became unbearable enough that I just broke it myself. At least then, I knew the impact was coming. If you've ever done a version of that, and I suspect some of you have, I want you to hear this. That is not a character flaw. That is the nervous system doing exactly what it learned to do in an environment where the unpredictable felt more manageable than the unknown. You learned to control the chaos by creating it. That was a brilliant survival logic. It just doesn't serve you anymore. Let's do the check-in together right now. You can use this as a practice tool in this moment and then carry it with you for the rest of the week. Anytime you feel that familiar urge to stir something up, find a comfortable position, both feet on the floor if you're seated. Take 1 slow breath in through your nose and let it out your mouth. Good. We're going to move through 3 questions. I'm going to ask each one, and then I'm going to give you some silence. Because the answer you need isn't always the first one that arrives. Let the second or third layer speak. Question 1. Am I actually upset about what I think I'm upset about? What else might be underneath this? Is there a stress that hasn't been named? A need that hasn't been expressed directly? An emotion that has been held for so long, it's looking for any available exit? Just notice, whatever's there, it's allowed to be there. Question 2. What do I actually need right now? Not what would feel satisfying in the next 5 minutes. What do I actually need? Connection? Rest? To be witnessed? To feel like I matter to someone? Can you name it? Even if only to yourself? Because here's what's true. When we can name the need directly, we don't have to manufacture a crisis to try to get it met sideways. Question 3. What would happen if I let this moment be still? If I don't send the message, if I don't revisit the conversation, if I let the urge move through me without acting on it, what does my body actually do with that? Stay there for just a moment longer. You don't have to solve anything right now. You don't have to fix the need or dismiss the feeling. The check-in is completely just by doing it, just by seeing. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Before we close, I want to name what to do with this. Use the check-in anytime you feel the activation building, anytime you're about to reach for the familiar chaos. It works best when you do it before you act, but it also works after. If you've already sent the message or started the thing, you can still do the check-in. It's not about perfect timing. It's about building the habit of looking before you leap into the loop. And one more thing. If the check-in reveals a need, a real one, a tender one, let that be information worth acting on. Not through conflict, through honesty, through direct, regulated communication. That's the work. That's the check-in tool. 3 questions, anytime, anywhere. If this week's content is landing for you, if the trauma loop concept is something you recognize in your own life, the Stop the Spiral workshop is where we take this work into your body in real time. It's a 60-minute live Zoom experience on a Wednesday, once a month, and it's $37. Link is in the show notes. And the free Spiral Reset audio is waiting for you right now at mind-fusion.com/audio. Use it this week. Let it be part of your check-in practice. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.